sit down to check your phone, scroll Instagram for 15 minutes, watch a YouTube video, buy something on Amazon, stream something in the background while you're doing all of this, and then you wonder, did I get anything done today? That feeling of no accomplishment, that's not laziness, that's the system working as designed. That system called the internet, that all of us rely on every single day, is built and programmed to turn you into a consumer passively when you don't even realize it. Every platform, every app, website that you use makes money when you use it. Not when you do something cool, not when you grow a small business or do anything creative, when you sit there and mindlessly scroll on it. None of these companies care if you need anything. They just care if you want something. Do you want entertainment from Netflix? Do you want to buy something from Amazon? This is the trap. It doesn't feel like a trap. It feels like a necessity and an entertainment. It just feels like something you do when you're tired and you need some rest. You feel like you deserve it. And sometimes you do. If you've had a hard day, stressful day, sit down, entertain yourself. But the problem is when consumption is your default, when every single living moment is filled with content that someone else made, you are living someone else's story. Here's an uncomfortable stat. The average person spends more than 6 hours a day consuming content. That's more than a quarter of your day spent consuming content that's designed to make someone else money off of your entertainment. And what do you have to show for it after your lack of motivation? More recommended videos, more ads on things you need to buy, more opinions on things that are shaped by an algorithm that you didn't choose to be a part of. The system works perfectly, just not for you. So you may have a question. If the system is profitable for those who create on it, why would you not create something? And that's exactly the question I ask myself, and that's why I'm making this video and making this YouTube channel. And also, being a creator doesn't mean you have to be an artist. You don't have to paint, make videos, make music, anything like that. Creation can be creating anything that provides value to society. We want to be on that creation side, not on that consumer side. This could be creating something for gardening, writing, fitness plans, meal plans, a solution in industry, anything creative. You'll start to find when you're on the creative side of the system, you start to think about things different. You watch videos and actually pay attention to the content. You do things and actually pay attention to the experience in life. You're not just doom scrolling and just mindlessly living with no purpose at all. Essentially, you're moving out of the passenger seat of someone else's story and into the driver's seat of your own story where you can control your own outcome and your own mind. So if creation is so valuable and so powerful, why isn't everyone doing it? And that's exactly the question you need to ask about anything you encounter in your young life. If you're going against the grain, you're most likely going in the right direction. And that's the same with creating versus consuming. The issue is the system is created for creation to be hard and consuming to be easy, and that's exactly why you fall into the trap. Just think about it. Netflix automatically plays the next episode. When you're doom scrolling on TikTok, notice you never make it to the end of the tunnel. The system's designed that way. These companies want you to be locked in on that content because the more you consume, the more money they make. And that's why I'm creating this channel, because I want you to be locked in on this content to get out of the trap of consumerism. The creation side doesn't have an equivalent. There's nothing automatic. There's no pre-selection based on an algorithm. No one is going to get that ball rolling and keep that momentum for you. You have to make the decision every single time. And our brains, which are wired to be lazy pretty much, will always choose the easy option when we're tired, stressed, bored, anything like that. That's why you have to be intentional. Don't be bored. Don't even pull out your phone. You have to be intentional. You have to set up your life where creation is easy and creation becomes a habit instead of consuming being a habit. This will definitely be hard because trust me, I've been there and it was hard for me too. One thing I found that helps me is when you have the urge to consume, find content that consuming it will actually add value to your life instead of just mindless doom scrolling junk, AI crap. Learn a new skill. Learn about investing. When you come across things, Take a note of, oh, I've never heard of that before, I'd like to learn more, and consume that content. Don't consume brain rot junk. Consume useful stuff, because for a while it's going to be hard not to consume, so you want to make sure you're consuming valuable things instead of consuming junk. Then after a while, when you're focused on bettering yourself, I almost guarantee you're naturally not going to consume as much anymore as a result. One thing that I've also started doing is appreciating more analog tasks. So I used to hate writing in school 100%. Now I carry a notepad and a pen or pencil in my pocket all the time. And this is extremely beneficial because if you have notes on your phone, I guarantee when you go to look at your notes or to write a new note, you're going to get a notification, you're going to click on an app, and you're going to start the cycle all over again. The whole point is we don't want to get back in that cycle, so if you go back to analog tasks and get away from things that are digital, you have less of a chance of getting back in that loop of mindless scrolling. I've actually only been carrying the pen and paper for a couple weeks now, and I've already noticed significant improvements. I used to be super forgetful. I would forget things all the time, never know what the actual date was. I've noticed I'm more attentive, more mindful of what's going on. I remember the date because I have to write it every single day on the front page of the notebook. And I remember everything that I've wrote down in the morning because that's just the way I remember things from action. I'm just more appreciative of manual analog things now, and I think getting away from that digital dependency is just more rewarding on your mind. I'm not saying go back to the 1700s and do away with electricity, but do a couple simple analog tasks. And I think the pen and paper, instead of notes on your phone, is definitely an easy one with lots of benefits. Put your phone down, turn the TV off, go touch grass, go do something cool, ride dirt bikes, ride motorcycles, look at the stuff on this channel. This is what keeps my mind free and open and willing to create. You can start off just like me. I love riding dirt bikes, I'm creating content with dirt bikes. Get out there, go do something that you love, and create content on it. That's a good start to get you away from consumption. So let's talk about why you should actually create and what you gain from creating. Because there's no advertisement on creation, because guess what? Creation doesn't sell anything. Creating almost gives you an identity of this person creates X thing. They make something, they produce something. When you walk into a room, people are going to respect you more because they know you create, and it's also going to reflect on your confidence. If you've started creating, you've had to take responsibility for yourself, getting comfortable in front of camera, dealing with customers, using a skill to produce things. That's going to show in your confidence. I know I've talked about compounding in some of my other videos. Let's talk about compounding on creation and consumption. So compounding works against you in consumption. Notice how when you start to scroll, you get deeper and deeper invested and just continue to waste more and more time. That's that compounding effect. But then when you're done, it's gone. You have nothing to show for it. So what if you could compound and have way more than you started with, which is the definition of compounding? Whenever you create, you're building an ecosystem, you're building an audience, you're building a product line, you're building equity in a business, you're building something that always accumulates. I guarantee you can't say the same about your TikTok scroll history. Remember as a kid when you were just passionate about something and you just enjoyed doing it? That's probably gone, and scrolling's a lot of it. Creation just pulls you into like a flow state in a way pretty much nothing else does. Whenever you create, you just naturally enjoy creating because you know you're building something that benefits you. On the flip side, you're just consuming something that benefits someone else. So why don't you create something that someone else consumes, but it benefits you? To go back to the identity discussion for a minute, creation gives you an identity that is almost always a conversation starter. You know when you're introduced to someone brand new and you have absolutely nothing to talk about because you don't know anything about that person and they don't know anything about you? If you create something and you have that identity of a creator, it's almost guaranteed that someone will introduce you as, this person created this person has this business, this product line, this YouTube channel creates this content, and that's going to be a conversation starter. That's going to make it easier for you to make relationships with people, which is going to compound your creation growth further because you can expand your customer base by the relationships you make with other people. So all of this might seem a little excessive if you're just starting out, if you're just a normal consumer, not a creator. The default is consumer, remember that. So just because you consume right now and just because you're consuming this video doesn't mean you're in a bad place. If you're consuming my content, and obviously I'm biased, you're in a pretty good place because my content is about how to make yourself better as a young person. The first thing I would do is take a look at how you're spending your time. How much of your time is spent consuming versus how much of your time is spent creating. If you're spending a lot of time consuming and no time creating, start creating. You don't have to be good at it. You don't have to order all this nice equipment or anything like that. Start creating and slack off on the consuming a little bit. Here's the thing about creators. They're normal people just like you. They don't have some special gift or some special talent. Some of them do, but most don't. They just decided they wanted to do something for themselves, and they did it. I know the target audience are fellow young people like myself in their 20s. Now's the time to do it. If you want to do it and you want to do something for yourself, just do it. The world doesn't need another audience member. They need another creator. So let's create. If you like this type of content, drop a comment on this video because I have so much to say and so many topics, and this may help you to select a topic in the future. If you want to go deeper into all these topics, subscribe as we continue on this journey. This is Two Tire Trek, where we talk about life behind bars.